Doing a little bit of a walkthrough of what was a parking lot. This front portion here, I took my wife out for Starbucks this morning, so I still have my cup in my hand, but this front portion here will be edible landscaping. And I'm just waiting for a bit of a tractor's help so I don't have to move all of this mulch out of the way, move some of the soil down and put the mulch back. So I'll have a tractor coming to help with that. And there'll be some trees up here. The first few trees here were all dwarf trees that looked pretty dead when they went in last year, and they did not survive the drought, and that's okay. But there'll be a dwarf tree there. This one, I believe, it's a semi-dwarf, will be going in here, and I've got that one back in the nursery bed. This is a patch of pawpaws. It's hard to see the little mounds, but each one has a pawpaw on it. And they're all just starting to wake up. I pull up a little closer here. You can see all the buds just starting to emerge on there. They'll take quite a few years to produce, but they'll be happy in that shade there. And then eventually, whenever this tree does come down in the future, then it'll release more light and they'll produce more fruit. So a great transitional item there. Some more dwarf trees along here with a nitrogen fixer back there. And we've got that one, I believe, is an apple. And then there'll be a plum here. Over on this side here, this is a standard size apple tree, so it'll grow not quite as tall as that tree, but the better part of it. And it's currently surrounded by, it's had some sea berry for nitrogen fixing. It has some currants, some honeyberries or haskcaps, some gooseberries, all hanging out around here. And we've got some asparagus that are all young seedlings here. They're happily popping back up. So these were started from seed last year. And next year we could probably harvest a little bit of it, but it would be best to wait a little longer. Here's another patch here. They're happily coming up. And then there are mushrooms inoculated around here, so we'll see those come up eventually as well. And there are also a bunch of perennial flowers that will come up eventually. There's still more to add to this patch, but that's a great start. This is a black elderberry that was just planted here temporarily because it needed to relocate from my front yard. And that was an easy spot to dig a hole for now where it can have a little bit of a statement. But we've got a bigger plum tree back there, surrounded for this year by potatoes and Jerusalem artichoke. But eventually it'll all be bushes as well. This is a haskcap hedge that comes up and along this whole edge here. And they are waking up and they're already in bloom. Some of this is a flowering quince that will be part of the edible landscaping at the front, but it puts these very much darker leaves with a nice red flower. So looking forward to having those up at the front as they grow bigger. And there's thyme throughout and more different haskcaps of different varieties. Over here we've got some more apples and plums along here with a lot of mushrooms. And it will eventually get filled in with berry bushes as well. The berry bushes are a challenge because it takes so many of them for a project like this. And we've got some of the raspberries are happily coming back. Some of them didn't do. Oh, I'm actually surprised that this one has any life in it and that one has any life in it. Okay. They're doing better than I expected. I didn't expect any life from this whole section here. But as we round the corner, we get back to a part where they were a bit healthier plants that went in. And they're all waking up here. And this is a thorny path all the way around what is the nursery. And here in the nursery, we can see a lot of the trees waking up that have been tucked in for the winter. So they're all in pots just buried in the mulch a little bit to help them not need to be watered so much. Some trees that we got on super clearance. I'm not sure where they're going, but we have 2 sweet cherry trees here. The sweet cherries don't last super long in our area, but the price was right, so we did it. And again, we've got a bunch of freshly grafted trees all in here getting ready to wake up. That patch over there is currently potatoes and Jerusalem artichokes, just filling it in. Hello, Everett. And we've got more Haskap's and grapes and gummy berries and some more fruit trees ready to get moved. So it's coming along.